Hello, Fiona Whitten from Oakville Crafts here. Welcome to the second of the virtual card and the Cuppas for July. Trisha went to the Grange Chocolate Cafe this morning and hosted the in-person event for me. So this afternoon I'm sharing with you the 3 cards that she took with her, and then obviously I am going to make a 4th card using the kit. Just bear with me for one moment whilst I make sure that this is going out live. My phone says it is. I just need to make sure that you can actually see it, and it looks like it is. Let's see now. Oh, she says, yep. Okay, great. So, this was the kit that was the second kit for the month. Just so you know, although I've got a little armadillo, I thought it's an aardvark to start with, but this is an armadillo, which is really nice because of his casing on the back. People will have had different sorts of animals, because the whole idea with the Zoo Crew paper is that it is just animals that you would normally see. Well, hopefully some of you actually got to see them out in the wild, but sadly needs must. So some of them you may see in the zoo. But anyway, I'm not going to go on to that topic. So the kit, usual envelope. Base card is thick basic white, so this is an A4 sheet, simply cut in half, so it's 14.9 by 21 and then scored at 10.5 centimetres. There is a panel of Pebble Path, which is one of the new in colours. There's a panel of Lost Lagoon, which was one of the returning colours. And then there are 2 stitched circles, which have been die cut using the stylish shape dies. And then, as I said, I've got a little armadillo. Other people will have other things. I'm just trying to move my light a bit so that you can hopefully see a bit more, because it seems to be a little bit dark. Oh, let's see now. Is that any better? No, not really. Oh. Anyway, so that was the kit that everybody had. I'll quickly show you. So the paper and the stamp set and the dies, you will find everything as part of the Zoo collection, which is on pages 46 and 47 of the annual catalogue. Don't forget that today all the stamp sets in the annual catalogue are on sale, so there will be 15% off this stamp set if you wanted to buy it. But having said that, if you want to buy the dies as well, the bundle is still the best option, because you get 10% off both the stamp set and the dies. But you know what, these stamps you can just use them and cut them out. They're not too difficult when it comes to fussy cutting. It's just that the die set has additional bits, and I'll show you those in a minute. So the paper you'll find in more detail on page 132. Let's see if you can see that. So that's the paper. So this is what we're using today. We've used all the birthday animals. So there's like a raccoon with balloons, so the armadillo, there's an elephant, there's all sorts of other things. And I'll just show you the paper that I have left now, because I just realised when I was just getting everything out for this, is I don't actually have any of the birthday ones anymore. So there's 12 sheets, and there's 2 of each of these. So you've got critters going camping, sort of outdoorsy stuff. I love this little figure here. I think that's really sweet. You've got a skunk with a bird on its head, raccoon, although that's a raccoon, so I'm not quite sure what that is. Trees, a lion, and a piggy. So you've got all sorts of critters doing things there. We've got one where they've got various animals, musical instruments. We've got a turtle here singing. He's got a little microphone. We've got a polar bear on an accordion, warthog, all sorts of things, frog. And then we've got various sheep, another sheep that it's basically they're all doing things at home. So you've got a sloth with yoga, you've got a llama knitting, a goat obviously making something in the kitchen, a bear reading. What else we've got? We've got a hedgehog. I think that's them all. And then you've got another sheep with them all doing activities. So we've got a fox on a motorbike, moped, scooter, whatever you want to call it. An alligator or a crocodile, I'm not sure which, on a bike. Anteater. I'm guessing that's supposed to be an ostrich. Rabbit. So as you see, you can see there are all sorts of things, and I think this is the funniest one. So we've also got some more critters, this time dancing. So we've got sheep, deer, hippopotamus, tiger. So as you can see, there's lots of animals doing lots of different things on here. On the reverse side, it's simply black and white. So it's very versatile when it comes to paper. So we've got dashes, we've got zigzag, we've got wavy lines. Could make your eyes go a bit doolally. We've got dots. And we've got little flowers, and then on the back of the animal one, it's because this is all I've got left of it now. It's black with little stars in a dot. So there's all sorts of things that you can coordinate with it. So that's the paper, and it's 12 sheets, 2 of each of the sheets. And the stamp set, which I think is absolutely adorable, is called Zany Zoo, as is the bundle. So you've got the llama, the turtle, you've got the tiger dancing, you've got the raccoon with the balloons. So some people would have had that image. You've got the alligator, crocodile on the bike, and the llama knitting. There's a red rubber, so it's cling mount. Oops, be careful with this. There's actually a lot of dies in there. So this is the stamp set. Let me turn it over. There we go. So it's cling mount, red rubber. And then the dies, there are a lot more dies in here than there are images and in the stamp set. So we've got a couple of images that you can use to make a theatre. So we've got curtains, we've got the thing that go across the top. This you can use 2 ways. So you can use it that way and you can use it that way. So you can make the 2 out of that. This is for the curtain to go across. And then there is a tiny little piece. I have to find it. Oh, here it is. This little piece here, which is like, you kind of thought, what little sausages? What on earth are those? And those are for the swags to get put on your curtains on here. So that's, whoops, she says flicking it around. That's for making your theatre. And then you've got various dies. So this is the raccoon with the balloons. So this will actually fit on the paper. So this will cut out the image on the paper, but it will also cut out the image on the stamp set. I have to remember what half of these are, because you think, look at it, and you think, oh, I'm not too sure about that. You can't have to guess. Let's just avoid this for a minute and I'll just go through the other bits. So we've got trees. I think this is supposed to be a stool. We've got flowers, the trees, clouds, balloons. Got 2 balloons. This is a little vase. This one here. And then if I bring back the paper quickly. Let's see if we can play a guessing game. Oops. Now. Okay, so you have to try and remember. I know. Okay, so I know that one, for example, is for the llama. So as you can see, it would cut out that llama for you. But personally, I don't think that these are too difficult to cut out. So if you want to just simply get the stamp set and the paper, then you can do that. So that's the llama. I think that's kind of a given that is going to be the alligator stroke crocodile on the bike. So that's that sheet. So that's that one. Now, let's see. Oh, so that one. So when you start seeing the paper, then you go, oh, I know what that is. So this one is the tortoise or turtle, depending on where you are, singing. Now, one of these has got to cut out something from either from here or from there. Oh, maybe that's the feet. I kind of want to. Oh yeah, here we go. It's the skunk. It's the skunk with the bird on its head. I knew I'd figure it out. And as I said, that is the one with the birthday balloons. So those are the dies. So as I said, not only do they cut out some of the paper, but you can have lots of fun making different scenes using it. And then the nice thing is you've also got a little banner as well. So this, just so you know, this was me stamping the tiger image and die cutting it, and then I actually coloured it with some Stampin' blends and used it on a different card. So that was what I was doing with that. Okay, so I'm guessing you might actually want to see what the cards were that went this morning. Let's just put that to one side. So there's 3 cards. Then in no particular order, she says. Right, okay, so that was the elephant. And you'll find that a lot of the image is that they're not completely coloured, which is nice. And these are sort of from the subtle family. Not all of them. Some of them are from the brights. So simply used this little stamp here, stamped all over the top in Lagoon, sentiment on the bottom, so it's something great to celebrate you. And then the elephant has just been simply added to the larger circle using some dimensionals, and there's some Wink of Stella on the banner. So hopefully you can see that it's shiny. Don't know if I can catch it. The problem is I can see it from here that it's shiny, but I don't know if you can from the camera. And then the envelope is simply used the same to the edge, and then inside again it's just the stars and twiddly bits. Though this is my aardvark. No, not aardvark, armadillo. Now that once I said aardvark, I was just going to keep saying it, but no, it's an armadillo. Again, this time used Pebble Path to stamp the confetti sentiment into the smaller circle. A little bit of Wink of Stella on the parcel, and then that's just simply all being glued together. So you've got your base card, your Pebble Path, your Lost Lagoon, circle glued, that circle's glued, and then your armadillo has been put on with dimensionals, and then again the envelope's got all the confetti on. Apparently they had a lot of fun this morning doing all the confetti. And then because because it was originally going to be a portrait and we just wanted to turn it and do it as a landscape, you'll have the fold at the top. So that was the second card. Another image in the paper is a koala who's throwing cupcakes. He's juggling with some cupcakes. So you'll notice again, he's not completely coloured, as are the cupcakes. They're not completely coloured. Excuse me. So the koala, actually, he was punched out. Just, we sort of went the easy route on that one. So he's punched out, glued on, sentiment on the small circle, the koala glued onto the larger circle, and then you've got your Pebble Path and your Lost Lagoon. Cardstock. Oh, he hasn't got anything on the inside, and then on the outside we've got the confetti again. So those are the 3 cards that went to Card and a Cuppa this morning, and I guess I need to come up with a 4th one. So I'm going to bring back my kit, put my stamp set to one side, and I need to decide what I'm going to do. So I've got my, as I said, I've got my Pebble Path, I've got my Lost Lagoon, and now what am I going to do? I might actually use the stamp set. This could be fun because I'm going to use the raccoon with the balloons. So I need to pick that up. Do you know what I'm going to do? Is I'm going to put it on that way. In a vague hope that I can sort of get him straight on here. Like that. Okay, so the question is, do I stamp him on here? Or do I stamp him on there? I think I'm actually going to stamp him on here. Now I could go completely mad and stamp him all over, but I think that might be a little bit too much. So I'm going to use Lost Lagoon ink. So open it up, flip it. Because this is red rubber, I don't need to worry about having something softer underneath my cardstock. Oh, this is a very juicy ink pad. You can hear it going squelch a bit. And I'm going to remove that excess from that edge because I do not want to be stamping that onto the card. So I'm going to put him down. I'm going to put him off slightly so his tail's going to go off. Well, that's the idea anyway. So I'm going to put him here. Like so. So that's my little critter. Oops. Now, like this is where I probably thought I'd put some ink on here, but it's not too bad. And close that up for a minute so that I don't make a mess. So I'm going to put my aardvark on here, but I am going, you know what? No, I'm just going to trim him off a little bit. So when we were preparing the kits, they did sort of roughly fussy cut around them. So, but I'm just going to take it a bit closer because I just don't. I want to tidy him up just a little bit. I don't need so much white. So as I was saying earlier, Stamp's annual stamp sale today, So for the UK and Ireland, started at 11 o'clock last night and ends at 10:59 tonight. So if there's anything, and it's 15% off any of the stamps in the annual catalogue, so you need to be aware it's just the annual catalogue, excluding the host sets. So all other stamp sets in the annual catalogue are available with the 15% off. But if it's a bundle that you're after, then do your sums, because it's likely that the bundle price is still cheaper than the 15% off the stamp set and normal full price for the dies. Because as I said, the 15% off is only on the stamps. So by separating them, you lose the 10% on the that you would normally get for the off for the bundle price. So let's see, do I want to do any more? Nearly finished. So I just wanted to take things a bit closer, and I'm kind of doing a lot of it here, but hey, never mind. I'm one of those people, a bit sad really, but I quite enjoy fussy cutting, so. And I don't have my paper snips with me today, so that's just why I'm using a different pair of scissors. Actually, after thinking about it, you might not have seen it. I might have been yakking you, not actually being able to see anything. Sorry about that. So that's my armadillo. So he can go on there. That kind of makes him like a ghost, doesn't it? So maybe I will put him like that. And what else could I put on here then? Just to fill in that space, because I kind of think that it needs something else now. Maybe I'll put the turtle on singing. Maybe that's what I should do. So then we've got that space filled in here. Yes, that's what I'm going to do. So let's move the armadillo out of the way. Get this juicy ink pad out again. Make sure there's nothing on the edge. And let's play the guessing game here. I'm going to guess about here. So I hope he hasn't gone skew with. No, that's okay. So we've got the turtle singing. We've got the raccoon turning up with the balloons for the birthday party, and we've got the armadillo bringing the present. Right, okay, so that's that bit done. Now I need to put a sentiment on, and the big question is, do I put it on here? Or do I just stamp it on there? I think I'm just going to stamp it on here, actually. Or I could stamp it on the small circle. So we could do the happy birthday. You know, happy birthday to you can go on that small circle. But I'm going to do that in Pebble Path, just to bring in that other colour. So this time I promise you I will make sure that I'm actually stamping where you can see me. This looks like another juicy ink pad. If you, just as you can see, so I might just stamp off a second. If you find when you get a new ink pad that it is really juicy, then some people say to blot it with kitchen paper, but I think that's a waste of ink. So get like a bone folder or an old credit card or a store card, and simply just push the ink to one end. It will go back into place when you just leave it, but it'll take its time. So if you just push it to one end, top or bottom is really up to you, and then simply then use the portion where you've removed a lot of the ink from, then you're not wasting anything. hopefully, that's okay. Right, so that's that. And that's going to go there. That's going to go there. Now, what else can I do? I think the other thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to do some confetti, which is, you could put little music notes so that it's so that we've got the turtle singing, but I don't think I want to do that. And I'm going to cheat, so I'm just going to find a pencil for a second. I know there's one here. There we go. I've got a pencil. So I'm just going to draw around this happy birthday here. Now this could look good, or it could look really bad. So I'm just going to lightly draw around. Doesn't matter if you don't make it all the way around. So there is my circle, and then I'm going to use the confetti and the Lost Lagoon ink. So using the same colour ink as the cardstock is basically, it's called a tone-on-tone effect. You can do it with the same colour ink. You can also do it with Versamark. The Versamark will give you a much more subtle and I think I've gone too far in. Let's see. Might end up moving this around a bit, but hey. It's kind of a circle, and then we're going to put that on the top. I don't want it to be too in your face, so that's quite subtle, so that's okay for me. Right, okay, so I think all that's left now is to decorate the inside of the card. Just suddenly realised we haven't done that yet. So we've got to do the inside of the card, and we've got to do the envelope too. So I'm going to use the critter again. So I'm going to use the raccoon with the balloons, but this time I'm going to stamp him in Pebble Path. Ordinarily I would clean this, but the Pebble Path is actually quite a bit darker, so I'm just going to stamp off till most of the ink's gone. There we go. So I'm just going to do the Pebble Path, stamp him on the inside, and again, it's up to you. You can have him whole figure, or you can have him sort of just the balloons, but I think I'm going to have pretty, oh dear, right, okay. So I made a bit of a mess there because I didn't push down on where the ears are, or maybe I didn't even ink properly where the eyes are, but I'm going to use my markers and I can fill in that space, so that's what I'm going to do with that. So I'm not going to do him again. I think I will just, on the envelope, simply do some confetti again. So, envelope. I'm just going to put some confetti on here. I tend to put them in the corner or down the edges, or sometimes even on the back here. The 12 by 12 paper is actually really good for covering the flaps of your envelopes. So sometimes I do that. 6 by 6 for us in the UK actually is a little bit too short, but the 12 by 12 is great for covering the envelope flap. Right, you know what, I'm going to quickly get my marker now whilst I remember, so you can see how it works. Oh, yeah. Move my chair around. Oh, and the markers have actually been reconfigured. So you'll find now that the tips are slightly different to, well, certainly the thinner tip is different to what it used to be. If you sit and actually compare. So I'm just going to quickly, I'm not going to deliberately do like solid lines. I just want to give the impression that I didn't make a boo-boo. There we go, that will be fine. And the markers are like the blends in that you'll find that you have a thin end and a brush end. So you've got a brush end here if you want to do colouring. Remember, it's great for small images, letters and things like that. Not so good for doing large images because it's kind of streaky, which is where you want to use your blends because they're alcohol and they don't leave any streaks. So there's that. And then we have, we've got the Pebble Path, we've got that. I need my bone folder because I need to make sure that this is nice and got a really good crease in it. So that's that. Pebble Path, I think put the Pebble Path on first, and then that. Glue, 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 glue. So I'm just going to simply glue these on. I'm not going to do anything over the top. I was talking stamps, stamp sale and bundles and things. Yeah, so you can go online. So if you go to oakvillcrafts.stampinup.net, then you'll be able to shop directly from the sale. If you are local to me, I'm going to be putting in an order this evening. So if you can collect for me and you want me to place an order for you, if you can let me know by 6 o'clock tonight. I did put a post out saying by 3:30, I think that's what I said, but 6 o'clock at the very, very latest for those of you who are watching here. So that's going to go on there. This is going to go on there. So I'm going to use some dimensionals for that. I don't think I need the little ones. I can just get away with a couple of, oh, I've got little ones or little ones. Oh well, I think I'll have to use a little one then. For some reason I thought I had large ones here, but obviously not. So let's just put those 3 on there and remove that. Make sure that that is the right way up. I'm not too worried about the pencil mark. If you are, then obviously now's the time to erase it before you stick anything else on. But as I said, I'm not too worried. I just wanted this to be like a subtle effect. And then I've got my little armadillo. I'm going to put some dimensionals on him. There. Every so often you have a little bit that really is quite tiny, so you do have to cut out even the smallest dimensional, which is silly, or you can just cut a piece off the edge here. It's up to you, whatever is easiest. So I'm just going to cut that one. I just cut that one in half so that I can fit it on there, because I don't want its tail to be getting creased or anything in the post. Let's remove those. So what else is going on this month? I'm trying to think. It's kind of a quiet month, given that we're in the summer, and well, people are busy, people are going away. There we go. So that's my almost finished card. I am going to wink that parcel. Let's get my wink of Stella. Put some on there. Like that. Now, do we need anything else to go underneath? To go on the happy birthday to you? Do we need a rhinestone? So I didn't use that larger circle, which is good. It means I've got a spare bit. That's that. Oh yes, so there's no card and a cuppa or virtual card and a cuppa next month. That's August. So the next in-person event will be in September, and you can order the kits now. There will be a link on this in the description of this once it goes up onto YouTube, so that you can go and order those kits for September. August, it's going to be mainly some stamping and creating, although I am going to take a couple of weeks off. I have a wedding to go to, and I also have a big wedding anniversary. So it's mine and George's 40th wedding anniversary next month. So we're going to go away for a few days. At least that's the plan. We haven't actually booked anything yet, or I should say I haven't booked anything yet, but we will. So that's my card from today. And then these are the cards from this morning. So those are the 3 cards from this morning. Do you know what? I'm going to take the envelopes out, because then you don't really need to see what an envelope looks like. I think you kind of know that one. It just makes it. They're quite. There we go. So we've got those 3, and we've got that one. Well, I just realised that was kind of on a skew whiff, so that's deliberate. And then obviously that's in the corner. So that's it for today. Enjoy your summer, and I will be back with some stamping and creating next week, and then and the week after, and then I think we've got 2 weeks off, and then back again. And then by that time, believe it or not, it'll be September, which is absolutely horrifying. Can't believe it. I mean, as it is, we're already in the middle of July, but hey. Anyway, so have a great summer. If I don't get to see you, don't forget I will be live 2:30 for the next few weeks, and so I hope you're able to pop in then. Take care. Bye.